Welcome back, guys. Trinidad and Tobago PM Kamla Bisesa and Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander is calling on the U.S. administration to cancel visas for Trinidad and Tobago citizens who critique the state about the joint military exercises that is currently taking place on the island. Is the government of Trinidad and Tobago going Bazodee? Let's talk all about it. So the government of Trinidad and Tobago has formally urged the United States to revoke the visas of Trinbagonians who use social media to criticize the state, particularly on matters involving recent joint US-TT security operations. This instruction came directly from the Minister of Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, who accused citizens of using social media to spread fake news. Of course, every democracy has a duty to confront genuine online threats, incitements to violence, targeted harm, or speech that jeopardizes national security. But that is not what is happening here. Instead, the government is targeting citizens engaged in constitutionally, all right, guys, don't laugh at me. Constitutionally, I have a little bit of problem with that word. Protected public interest criticism, sharing verified information, or questioning obvious contradictions in official narratives. And guys, I totally agree with this article. You know, as much as I don't support people using social media to expose, you know, the security of heads of state, like what we see this woman did in Trinidad and Tobago, where she went to the prime minister's or near the prime minister's residence, video it on social media and urging, you know, Venezuela to bomb up the place. I totally condemn that. Some of you have been reaching out to me about my thoughts in regards to that. I totally condemn that. It is not a right thing to do. It is, a matter of fact, it is a criminal thing to do so. You have broken the law and you should pay for it. And I do not tolerate anyone who is putting in not only the prime minister but any other person's life, you know, in jeopardy when it comes to certain matters using social media platforms. Social media platforms are used to inform and not to use as a tool, okay, a tool or a weapon of mass destruction. It is not acceptable. I totally condemn this woman's action. However, as this article is saying, everyone has a constitutional right, okay, of expressing their views, okay, without even creating any scenario of violence. Now we have a war that is about to start in the Caribbean, and here we have PM Kamla and the Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander is asking the US to revoke people's visas. And to me, this is like, it begs the question, something is fundamentally wrong. And I don't care if some of you are angry with me saying this, but some of you are, something is fundamentally wrong with the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Something is fundamentally wrong. And as I said, I do not support people going on social media and put other people's lives or endangering other people's lives. But this instruction from Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, is an attempt, in my point of view, to silence the public. Okay, silence the public on the poor decisions that the government of Trinidad and Tobago have been taking so far and endangering the lives of the population. Now we have a war on our hands, in our doorstep, that is about to start. Not if or maybe, it is about to start. Okay, and Trinidad have become a legitimate target of war. And this is, I think the people of Trinidad and Tobago it's time that you guys rise up and say something. Speak. It's time that you guys rise up against this poor decision making from your government. Put aside politics. This is about the future of your country, and this is about the future of the Caribbean. As I said before in previous videos, this is about the future of our children. What kind of Caribbean are we leaving for our future generations? When our future generations ask us questions, okay, maybe 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years from now, what are we going to tell them when they ask us questions? How is it that the Caribbean have become like this? The Caribbean is now becoming the new Middle East. What are we going to tell our future generations? So I believe this attempt by the Homeland Security, Roger Alexander, and PM Kamla is a way to censor the population, to send and to intimidate the population in not having them to speak up. Yes, and even protest. Even protest. And they are using the situation with the young lady that went on video. And again, I condemn this action, but they are using this as a means to keep the population hostage in preventing them from speaking out. Guys, I am receiving, as I am looking here, I'm receiving breaking news right now, and I'm going to do a video on that in the next upcoming video. We're going to talk about this. I'm receiving news right now that the US has listen carefully, the US has restricted all military personnel from leave. So people who are thinking on going on vacation for the Thanksgiving and whatever it is, people who are thinking on going on whatever personal reason it is, the US government has restricted them because they are preparing for land strikes in Venezuela. A war is about to take place. I'm going to update you on more of this information. Take it easy, guys.